Hey, stop scrolling for a second. If you're a high-achieving woman, leading at the highest level but secretly feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, and stretched thin, you wake up already tired. Your mind is already racing before your feet even hit the floor. You're showing up for everyone else, but deep down, you feel like you're slowly disconnecting from yourself. This is not a time problem. This is an alignment problem. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what that means, and more importantly, how to fix it. Hello everyone, Isabelle here. Let's rise a little higher today. On paper, you have everything. The title, the income, the respect. You've worked for this. You've earned this. You've proven yourself again and again and again. But behind the scenes, you're answering emails at 10 p.m., 11 p.m., sometimes midnight. You're thinking about work when you're with your family. You're physically present, but mentally somewhere else. You're constantly on, and it's not just a workload. It's the emotional weight. I know, I've lived it. You're carrying your team, you're carrying expectations, you're carrying pressure that no one else sees. And here's the part no one talks about. No one is really checking in on you because you're the strong one. You're the leader. You're the one people go to, not the one people worry about. So you keep going. You keep performing, you keep holding everything together, but inside, you are tired, not just physically, emotionally tired, mentally tired, soul level tired. Let me say something that might shift everything for you. You are not burnt out because you're doing too little. You are burnt out because you're living out of alignment. You've built success, but not sustainability. And those two things are not the same. We've been taught sometimes that sounds right, but it's completely wrong. If I just manage my time better, if I just get more organized, or if I just push a little harder, then everything will fall into place. But let me be very clear with you. Time management will never fix burnout because burnout is not a calendar problem. You can color code your schedule, optimize every hour, wake up earlier, and still feel exhausted because burnout is an energy problem. And even deeper than that, it's an alignment problem. When your actions are disconnected from your values, when your success is disconnected from your truth, when your identity is built around performance instead of purpose, no amount of productivity will fix that. In fact, the more you push, the more disconnected you become. And that's why so many achieving women feel stuck. Because from the outside, everything looks right. But internally, something feels off. And that feeling, that's not weakness. That's awareness. That's your signal that something needs to shift. I know this because I lived it. I climbed to the top of one of the largest companies in the optical industry. I did everything right. I worked hard. I delivered results. I built credibility. From the outside, it looked like success, but internally, I was exhausted. I was disconnected. And if I'm being honest, I didn't even recognize myself anymore. I had become so focused on achieving that I had lost the connection with who I am. And that's a dangerous place to live because when you lose yourself, no level of success will ever feel like enough. At 47, I made a decision that most people are too afraid to make. I chose to reinvent my life. Not because I failed, but because I finally told myself the truth. Success without alignment is unsustainable. And more importantly, it's unfulfilling. I want to tell you a little bit more about the shift, and here's what changed everything for me. I stopped asking, how can I do more? I started asking, how can I lead differently? Because the most powerful leaders don't lead from pressure. They don't lead from exhaustion. They lead from presence. When you are aligned, you move faster without forcing. You think clearer without overthinking. You make better decisions without second-guessing yourself. You stop chasing and you start attracting. You stop proving and you start embodying. And everything just begins to shift. Not because you're doing more, but because you're finally operating from who you truly are. So let me ask you something. Where are you out of alignment right now? Is it your boundaries? Saying yes when you mean no? Or is it your energy? Running on empty but still pushing through? Is it your identity? Still operating as the overachiever? The one who has to prove, the one who carries everything? Awareness is really the first step, because you can change what you're not willing to see. And here's the truth. You don't need to do more. You don't need another strategy. You don't need another productivity hack. You need to lead differently. You need to protect your energy. You need to honor your boundaries. You need to reconnect with yourself. And that's where real power comes from. That's where sustainable success is built. If this message resonates with you, DM me Rise to receive your executive renewal guide. And this is where we begin shifting you from burnout to clarity, to aligned leadership. You've built an incredible career. Now it's time to build a life you actually have the energy to enjoy. Not someday, now. I'll see you tomorrow. Keep shining, growing, and living with Love, Lead, Succeed.